All right, at the '84 Corvette again. I'm at it again. All right, this was long overdue. Getting rid of these, the stock rims. Well, I needed tires. You can see these tires. These were Goodyear Eagles, actually good tires, expensive tires. 255, 50, 16s. But you can see they're down. Yeah, there's nothing left. Nothing left. Maybe 10%. If not 5%, if that. And they're old. Those tires, the back tires they are 19 years old. They're 19 years old. Long overdue. I mean, they're like hard as a rock. They're like play. I just touched the gas and the tire spins, It's annoying. I mean, it was fun, when they were, it was that easy to do it, I said, oh, this is pretty cool. Got a lot of power. It doesn't have a lot of horsepower in its car. It's all right. But, it's not like, a modern Corvette with, 500, 600, 700 horsepower, and far from it. But it acts like it with old tires. I don't know how it's going to be with these new tires. They look pretty sticky. Yeah. Yeah, I got, these are Forceum tires. They're pretty common in the drifter world. They're asymmetrical tires. Well, I'm waiting for, 2 tires came. Here's the rims, the other rims I gotta do. 2 tires came and all the rims came. So I only did the driver's side so far. So I don't know how it drives. I haven't taken it out. So I wouldn't know anyway, so I gotta wait till Monday till I get the other tires delivered. But they look good. These wheels look good. These are Creation, OE Creation wheels. Yeah, they look pretty good. I put red lug nuts on it. I kind of opened a can of worms because now I gotta do calipers, rotors. Well, those calipers still pretty good. I painted them years and years ago. And you could hardly see them through the stock wheel. But, I did it. It was all apart, and when I did it, it looked good. For me, I do shit for me. Not for anybody. It's got to look good for me. So these are 245 50 17s. And it sits the same height as, exactly the same height as my Goodyear 50 60 with 16 inches. The 255. So I went to... it's a little bit narrow on the side because it's 245 instead of 255 tire. So it's a little slightly narrower on the side, the 50 series tire, because it's a short tire. That's how it works. It's 40. If it's a 40 series, the 50 series, it's 40 or 50% of the width of the tire. So these tires are actually almost 3/4 of an inch shorter, narrower than my Goodyear Eagles. But that's okay. I mean, I don't race the car, and that's fine. I got a really good deal on these tires, and it's a lot of good reviews with them. I mean, what I paid for them, I mean, one tire would be half, to replace it with Goodyear Eagles, it was half the price. So it was a no-brainer to do it. I don't drive the car a lot, and I'm sure it'll be good. I can't show you the tread design because I have them on. Actually, if I open the hood, they're asymmetrical. So on the outside, it's a little bit more aggressive pattern, tire pattern, the tread pattern, than the inner side. And it's the asymmetrical, from what I understand, good for wet weather and dry weather, for cornering. Serves 2 purposes, but unless you get like a Michelin Pilot or something, it'll do one thing really, really good and stick. You know what I mean? This does, like, both of them, 2 things half-ass, I guess. I don't know. I'll see. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. The amount that I drive the car, and I just didn't feel comfortable driving the car with 19-year-old tires, and I had Toyo tires. Here's the other one. I had Toyos in the front, and those were 225 50s. So it was much shorter, much narrower tread on sidewall. I'm sorry, sidewall. I'm not editing this. I'm just keep on going. I don't edit anything. So if I screw up, I screw up. I keep on going. So these are 225s by 50, 16. So in the front, the car kind of raked a little bit, down a little bit, because it was like it made the sidewall a little bit narrower. So the appearance with the 50 tire and the 255 and the 225, the sidewall, big difference, about an inch difference, because it's, like I said, it's 50% of the width, so anyway, that's the story with the tires. And I broke my ass getting them on because I really took my time. I didn't want to put a scratch on these. I had been waiting for these tires to wear out, or just an excuse to do rims too. I wasn't going to put new tires on those rims. I got sick of looking at those rims. They're a pain in the neck to clean. These will be a lot easier to clean. And they look good. I was going to get chrome, but I kind of like the look. I was never a big fan of black rims. To me it always looked like, the car, you got to flatten, and you need hubcap. You didn't put the hubcaps on it yet. I don't know. I just thought differently about, black wheels. But if the car was black, I would have never got the black. If the car was black, I would have got chrome for sure, because you need some contrast. So, and with the red lug nuts on there, it looks pretty good. Goes good with the white. Goes all right. Looks all right. Front looks good. Yep, I really took my time. Not a scratch. Maybe one. I touched it up. I was putting them on, with screwdrivers, and thinking really my sweet ass time, Maybe a little scratch on the edge, a little. I touched it up and I couldn't even find it. It's fine, But when I had these center caps, I bought these center caps off of eBay. Oh my Lord, about really nice. They see the C4, the center cap. Now, I bought them off of eBay, and it was an auction. I remember it being an auction. It was years ago, and it was like $5. I won them for $5. I says, he says, well, they're old. He says, they've been in the package for years. So I said, for $5, what the hell? I'll make use out of them somewhere. So I bought them with the intentions of putting them on the center cap of these, because they were getting a little ratty, the stock ones, and it was way too small. Those are like 3 inches, and those are 2 inches. Those center caps. Well, they're sticky, and over the years they were sitting in a package, so I used emblem tape on the back, and I put them on nice and straight. They ain't coming off for nothing. They're not going to come off. I could take them off if I wanted to take them off, but yeah, they're stuck on like an emblem would be, Yeah, I wasn't going to trust the original, adhesive on the back. No way. They wouldn't last. It wouldn't stay on. No way. They wouldn't last. But those will stay put. So now I got to do rotors. I got to get slotted rotors, make it look good, repaint the calipers, because those calipers still are halfway decent size. And these rims don't really show a lot of the back. It does show a lot. It does, to some degree, but not like if it was just like 5-spoke thin spokes. Then, you really see everything, and I didn't want that look. I wasn't after that look. The C6, the C7s have that look. And I really didn't want it, to look like I was trying to make it look like a newer Corvette. It's not what, these are custom wheels. I think these are C7, the base C7, I think came with wheels that were similar to this, but if you look at them, it's apples and oranges, because they come to a point at the tire where it comes to the tires, and they come off, the forks come off this, off the lug nuts. It's a different rim, totally different rim. It's kind of copied from it, I guess, but not quite. And I didn't want something. A lot of guys, they get C7 wheels and they put a adapter plate on. No way was I doing that. First of all, that's the worst thing to do, is, you know, make the tires wider away from, you know, the axle. It's hard on the differential. It's hard on everything. And in the front, it's hard on all the steering components. It's hard on the rack. Just don't do that. The spacer plates, you're not doing yourself a favor. You're not. The only way I would ever use, I never use spacer plates, but there are times that you could, and with no problem, if you got a really good deal on an offset rims, and you use a spacer plate, you know, and it's going to be the same exact offset. So in other words, you're bringing it out. See, when you go out, it's negative on the offset. Negative out, positive in. So I could see, you know, guys using a spacer plate if it has a good reason, but not to, you know, to bring the tie, just to bring the wheels out. That's not good. Not good for the rear end. Anyway, I'm rambling. Anyway, I think that's showing up pretty good, and I'm happy with it. And you know something? The only one that has to be happy with it is me. All right, thanks for watching.